Hey everybody, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Not going to be eating anything this one. It's just kind of a recap from my London event. I want to share you guys some of the things that happened and just talk about my London trip. I'll be getting back to reviews and challenges this afternoon, but I just want to fill you guys in. I'll start from the beginning and go to the end. It started off going to Salt Lake, and from Salt Lake we were flying to London. I say me because it was just me this time. Desiree didn't go with me on this trip. Big shout out to Desiree for being a huge help for the channel, though. But anyway, I got to Salt Lake, and they started immediately saying the flight was going to be delayed, and it was kind of odd. They said there's a part that the plane needs, which is kind of interesting because it's just not a very comforting feeling, to a passenger. But you know what? It could have been like a light in the bathroom cabin. That's how weird flights are. But anyway, they said, look, here's the deal. It's going to be delayed for a couple hours. First, it was going to be an hour. They said that realistically, you're a traveler. They're telling you they have to locate first a part where it is. They found it in Atlanta. They were flying it to Salt Lake. They said it'll be in an hour. We're going to put it on. We'll be in the air at 9. Now, I fly a lot, and it just didn't seem believable. I looked at the guy next to me. I said, plane's not taking off at 9 o'clock. He said, no way. So they said after just more and more delays, and just every time they got on the PA, it's like, hello, fires, it just sounded like they were lying to us. So they said they found the part in Atlanta. They were going to fly it there. They said, we'll be in the air at 9. Just didn't work out. Finally, they said the part's there, and after more delays, they said, look, here's the problem. The crew is out of hours. So because it's a flight to London Heathrow, it's not gonna. There's another one. There's one like every hour, like goes to Vegas, like a commuter flight. So they said, sorry, you're not getting out of here till tomorrow at 2. And they said because it's a very busy time for conventions in Salt Lake, we can't put you in a hotel. So the airport's your hotel tonight. That was a drag. So I had 24-hour layover essentially. Finally got to the UK. I was supposed to get there Friday morning. I didn't get there till Saturday morning. I was supposed to get there Friday at 10:30 in the morning. I got there Saturday at 6:30 in the morning. So we got there, and I was dead tired. But because the day was starting, I couldn't really get any sleep. So I've gone without any sleep for 2 days. So we took off and started doing things. And it was amazing meeting Paul and Shahina. They're just the greatest people in the world. And Maruga Matt. Check out Matt Tangent's channel. He's just a great guy. All these people are just amazing. They're family, and I was a fan of Matt Tangent before I even started my channel, so it was just really great meeting these people. So I went off and started doing things for the day. Had a great time. The festival was amazing. The first day, Shaheen and I were kind of emceed and passed out the peppers for that contest, which was great, won by Chilli Sid. The second day was the big event, and I did the best I could. You guys know that I'm not much of a speed guy. This was the hardest contest I've ever been. I've been in a lot of contests in America and around the world, and this was the gnarliest one I've ever been in. The pods were like apples. They were just the biggest pods, and I'm not sure if there was even a single round that just had one pepper. Every single round was multiple pods, and sometimes 3 per round. And, this round, 3 reapers. They were just big reapers, and it was just really, really tough going, And on any given day, right? So I was, knowing that she's good at speed and I'm not, I was towards the end, towards round 7, 8, round 9. I was like doing all I can just to pray that she was going to tap out. Because I knew if we both made it to the last round, that she had an advantage over speed. And look, realistically, I know that at that level of competition, she's not going to tap out. And she didn't. And we got to the speed round, and they call it the lunchbox, 5 peppers. I think it was 5 peppers, ranging in a heat. And I looked at the 5 peppers, and I decided to go with the jalapeno first. And I was going as fast as I could. At that point, I've already eaten like 25 or really huge super hots. So it was just a really rough contest, And I think I was starting on my second of the 5 pods in the lunchbox, and she was on her last one. And I wasn't going to eat 3 super hots faster than she could just chew up and swallow the last one she had. So she won. And, it's interesting. There are no losers in this. I lost that event. No shame. I have no bad feelings about it all. I gave it my best. She's a fierce competitor, and she's wonderful, and I love her, and she's great. But she is the queen, So she won that contest. We're going to be rematching. We're going to do a rematch in October, Newcastle up in Tyne. We're going to do a review challenge there. So I'm coming back. I'm going to actually train for this. And here's the weird thing, you guys. You got to kind of think about this for a minute. Training for that kind of a contest, it isn't like I can sit down and put 5 pods, eat 5 pods as fast as I can and claim I'm training. It's not how it works. To train for that kind of a contest, you got to basically, for about a half hour, eat peppers till you think you almost can't eat another super hot. And at that point, eat 5 as fast as you can. That's how I got to train, so that's what I'm going to do. So I can't wait to see her again. It's just a great group of people. They're my family, you know. They're really blood. They're just, they're a family. It was amazing being with all these guys. Then we did a riverboat cruise on the Thames. I think I pronounced it right. Thames? Not quite sure. But it was amazing. And they always say the weather this time of year is not really very nice. It was, I can't begin to tell you how perfect the weather was. You know, plus I live in a desert where it rains like 4 or 5 times a year. So if it sprinkles at all, I was like, wow, rain. So it was amazing. But this riverboat was a silent disco. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about a silent disco, but it was amazing. They issue these headphones. You get on the boat. A couple hundred people on this boat. And, you know, it's silent. It's headphones. So you have 3 different channels you can select from. And depending on what channel you're on, your earphones light up. Red, blue, and green. So everybody's dancing and kind of singing along to different songs. You know, at one point I went down to use the restroom and I took my headphones off. And I'm hearing a couple hundred people sing at the same time 3 different tunes, dancing to 3 different rhythms and beats. It was absolutely hilarious, and it was just an amazing time. The next day, I went with Paul and Maruga Matt. We watched the changing of the guards, and it's just, you know, it's kind of a fantastic feeling being there, being an American, because number one, that's where we came from. You guys get the history, you know the story. We came from England. We were like, you're not taxing us anymore. We bolted. So that's our roots, man. It was just really incredible to be there. It was just an amazing feel. And everybody in London, everybody in England were so kind and gracious and welcoming to me. And it was really a surreal experience. So we did some shopping. I saw Westminster Abbey, which was great. Watched where the latest royal couple got married, and that was pretty cool. It really was just, the whole thing was just such an amazing experience. Then I saw MI5, where James Bond chills out. That's where they have their kind of their equivalent of the FBI. So that was really neat. Then just every time I turned around, it was amazing. That evening, Paul and I drove to Stonehenge. Now, you guys know Stonehenge. It's just the most amazing place in the world, you know? I mean, think about this. There are very few real mysteries left. Easter Island, how those, you know, giant skull, you know, massive rock faces, how they got there. The pyramids, how did they get there? Who made them? And man, tell me Stonehenge isn't a mystery. Some of those rocks weigh 40 tons, and they don't know where they came from or how they got there. And this was made 4,500 years ago. You'd be hard-pressed to duplicate that today, for real. But they did it 4,500 years ago, 2,000 some odd years before the birth of Christ. It was amazing. So we were there, and it's just an awe-inspiring place, you know. And like, what is it there for? And was it, you know? Anyway, it's just very, very cool. So I did a sauce review there from some sauce I got from Stephen Dixon. That was amazing. So that was really incredible. Met some really cool people at Stonehenge. It was really fun. I walked up to Kathy and one of their guards. I said to Kathy, I said, look, I whispered to her, I said, I know you know how these got there. Tell me. I won't tell anybody. She says, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. So she had a great sense of humor. So we talked to one of the guards. I said to the guard at one point, I said, look, I'm going to make a break for it. I need a viral video. Get a shoestring tackle. You'll be the hero. I'll get a video right as I make a break for one of the rocks. So there was just a lot of laughter and, you know, joking around. It was just a really fun thing. I had a dinner at a French restaurant with Stephen Dixon, his daughters, his wife, me, Shahina, Paul, Matt. It's just amazing. We had a great meal at this restaurant. At one point, we looked out this French restaurant on the balcony, and you could see this castle where the Queen was. And the flag was raised, and there was a light on it. And apparently, when the flag is full flying high, it means the Queen is there. So here I am eating dinner with the UK Chili Queen, and I look out the window, and I'm a mile away from the real Queen. So it was just, the whole thing was really fantastic. The last night I was there, I was with, this is after Stonehenge, I'm driving with Paul. We're meeting Dan Kirk at the Jack Russell pub. It's an old English tavern or pub, I'm not sure what they call it. And this is where Prince Harry and his best mate, I guess they had a dinner there the night of their, I guess if they had a bachelor party, they were there together. I saw Mick Jagger's old estate where he lived. I mean, the Stones played there, the Who's played there, warmed up. Jimi Hendrix jammed there. So it was just like, his history there was just insane. But I'm with Dan Kirk. I'm actually with Paul. Me, Paul, and Dan are driving towards. He's showing us this little road where Jagger's old estate was. This is kind of a weird thing, I know I'm telling you, but this jackrabbit jumps on the road. We're seeing him. We're behind Dan, and Dan's in his truck, and I'm with Paul in back. But we're watching this jackrabbit. This jackrabbit could have jumped like into the bushes and took off. It's dark. He's following the lights. This jackrabbit ran ahead of Dan's truck. Well, if I tell you the jackrabbit was dodged back and forth and zigzagged on the road for 2 miles, you probably wouldn't believe me. It really was. It was amazing. He'd take off in the bushes, then come back and run some more. It was kind of a funny thing. But I had a great dinner at that pub with Dan and Paul. I had just an amazing meal. The food was incredible. The people there were just amazing. I'm going to be returning in October. I'm going to be staying a longer time there. Thank you, Mark, for making this happen for the October trip. But it was just the most amazing experience. The greatest people, the gnarliest contest. You know, there was no shame losing to the Queen, and I can't wait to come back. I'm gonna train the hard way, eating lots of pods and then going for it. And I'll show you some of these training videos. You'll see my training. So I'm going to be a little bit more prepared for speed when I get there. Thank you guys for being here and watching and being so supportive. And and I think the great thing is very few people, everybody saw it the right way. The Chilli community won. So it was just a great event. Got South Carolina coming up in a couple weeks. I'm going to be making an announcement about that. It's a big event. This is being recorded for one of the world's largest streaming platforms. I can't tell you who it is, but this is going to be a worldwide event. It's going to be televised worldwide. So I'm going to have the date. It's going to be the 3rd of August. It's going to be in South Carolina. I'll give you guys the address when it happens, but we're going to plan a giant Scoville Squad meet and greet. The day of the event, I want as many Scoville Squad members to come out and support me and cheer for me. But before this event happens, we're going to do a meet and greet. I'll have a couple hours to spend with you guys, just to hang out with you guys. So in the next couple days, I'll be giving you the address where it's going to be. And I want every Scoville Squad that can make it there to come out and show support. And I need support. There's some really tough people in this contest. I'm by no means the favorite. I'm the underdog here. It's not a speed round. It's pod for pod. It's like one after the other. So you can, from mild to... Actually, there aren't going to be any mild ones. It's going to be from bad to really bad. So this is a contest that suits me, but there's some really vicious competition there. But I'll be giving you the address coming up, and I want as many Scoville Squad members to come out and be there. It's going to be a great time. We'll see how many we can get out. But I got some great things coming up. We got Manila coming up after the South Carolina event. I'm going to try to make another skydive. So there's a lot of really, really exciting stuff coming around. But, I have the greatest, other YouTube channels, they have subscribers. We don't here. We've got family members. So if you haven't ever become part of the family, you've been watching these videos and you kind of feel like you're digging it, there's right here, there's going to be a pepper. Click that pepper right here and become part of the family. You'll see a lot of stuff in the description box. Go check them out. All the people I met in London, thank you guys so much. Love you guys all. Paul and Shahina, miss you guys a lot. Matt, you're wonderful. I'm coming back. I'll see you guys again soon. Dan, everybody I met, you guys are just so cool and so amazing. Steven, Maisie and Amber and his wife, just the greatest people in the world. So thank you guys so much for an amazing time. It was super incredible. I can't wait to return. I'll be there in October. We'll do it again. Click that pepper. Don't forget, right there, to become part of the family. Thank you guys for being so supportive and being with me on this journey. It's been the most life-changing journey, and it just gets better every day. I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat.